What's happening, family? It's Cat Sports again, back for another afternoon with my people. Now, as usual, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. Just boxing talk. We're just a group of people that love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a podcast or a channel or anything like that. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. Tim Layton, #JBT. Welcome to another episode of Cat Sports, the History Channel. This is the Tuesday afternoon edition. Doing okay so far, Tim. Back into the work week. Got Monday out the way. Just rolling right along with it. How you doing this afternoon? About over the Ravens loss. You know. Just like I said yesterday, there's always next year. Just got to keep taking it a step further. Now, today we're going to talk about the referee in boxing. A little history of it. His duties. And I picked out 10 referees, 10 great referees from the past and present. Going to do a little brief profile on each one of them. Now, it's not like best top 10 or anything like that. I just put them in alphabetical order. It's just 10 referees that I think was very good referees. Just thought 10 was a good number. That's what we're going to do today. We got Pro Box tomorrow. Who we got this weekend, by the way? What's up, Thomas Hill? #JBT. Welcome to another episode of Cat Sports, the History Channel. I was just saying, I don't know if you heard me. We're going to be talking about the referee in boxing today. Just try to give you that perspective on boxing, because, the main part of it is, and the part we love is the two guys in the ring throwing hands, but there's a lot more to boxing than that. That's just the end result and the best part. I'm just trying to touch on all the different components that go into our sport, promotional companies, referees, judges, sanctioning bodies. I try to touch on all that stuff. Just get a little, everybody just get a little better understanding. That's all. We're going to talk about the referee today, like I said. A little history of it, his duties. I got a nice article written by Mauricio Suleiman that I'm going to go over. I can't believe I'm saying that. Nice article written by Mauricio Suleiman. But it's pretty good. Yeah, we're going to go over that. He wrote the article about the referee. Yeah. But who we got this weekend? I know we got Pro Box tomorrow. Let me take a quick look. Who do we have this weekend? Who's fighting this weekend, everybody? There's Jay Hardcore. What's up, Jay Hardcore? Hashtag JBT. That's the creator of the JBT. Jay Hardcore. Some hardcore boxing news. AKA The Hangout. 8 a.m., 8 p.m. Because 8 plus 8 equals The Hangout, right? Yeah, I was just wondering about who we got coming up this weekend. I know we got Pro Box tomorrow. I have no idea. I know we got fights, though. None of the big ones yet, but we got some big ones coming up. We got Fury and Usyk, undisputed. Down the line, we got Joshua and the MMA guy, Ngannou, T.O. and Jermaine Ortiz, right? That's a pretty good card so far. I know Keon and Pedraza is on that card. Pitbull and Rolly, that's the Jamal and not Jamal, Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman card. Yeah. I see a few people starting to have some faith in Keith. I don't. Tim Tszyu's going to stop him, and Keith is going to take that last bag and retire. Yeah. Oh, yeah, let me look at my phone. I'm still doing that, looking at the laptop when the phone is way ahead. Yeah, who do we have this weekend? I want to look at that real quick. But we're going to be talking about the referee in boxing today. His duties, even down to the attire he wears. I want to cover it all. But I got to know right now about this weekend. I think it's somebody named Buatsi, Jonathan Buatsi, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's who's fighting this weekend. Yeah. But like I say, we got some good ones coming up. And then the names that's not on the schedule yet are very significant. The Face of Boxing isn't on there yet. Boots isn't on there. The Growth fought in last July. So she should have something coming up, Maybe not early this year, but sometime this year, the Growth should be back in action. So yeah. Shakur isn't on there. We're looking for something big from him in his next fight. He needs something big. Just bear with me for a minute. I'm just trying to see real quick who's fighting this weekend. I'll try to wait till about 2:30. A few more people can get in the building, They're coming. Yeah, so like I was saying, the names that aren't on the schedule yet are very significant, Like I was saying, what did I say? The Face of Boxing, Boots, the Growth, Devin. All those people are going to be in the ring at some point this year, so. Probably just not against each other, Shakur and Devin, the Face of Boxing. Nah. Maybe later in the year, though. Loma's fighting Kambosos early. So maybe he can hook up with Shakur or Tank or somebody later on down the line. Wouldn't that be nice? Tank over everybody, but we still want to see it. Here we go. Saturday, February. Wow. It just don't dawn on me that this weekend is February 3rd already, man. It seemed like Christmas was just last week. Wow. Yeah, from London, Wembley Arena, Jonathan Buatsi. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. Dan Aziz, light heavyweights. Okay. Adam Azim. I think that's Eddie Hearn. Adam is Eric Colson, super lightweight. Okay, Colonel Du Bois, and your sister, to be announced. I never get over that, man. To be announced and it's fight week. How is that? Miss Cass, hashtag JBT, how are you? Waving. How you been, Miss Cass? I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't seen you, about 15 minutes or so. How's everything out there in the living room? Yeah, Carolyn Du Bois, Daniel's sister. Lightweight. She was trying to get, was it Amanda? Katie Taylor, one of them in the ring she was trying to get in there. But yeah, we do have boxing this weekend. I think it's an Eddie Hearn card from the UK. A lot of UK fighters on the card. But it's boxing. Right? That's what we want. We would rather see the face of boxing and boots than the goat and all them people, but we're going to see them eventually. We just got to have a little patience, that's all. That's all. Okay, now let me get on back to where I was at. So that's what's happening. Then we got Pro Box tomorrow. Little boxing in the middle of the week, you know. This every other week. I think this is the week for Pro Box. Yeah, we didn't have it last week. Yeah, Pro Box this week because it's every other week. And you might not know what you see on Pro Box. The last card up before the holidays had Bomac on there. What's up, Al Booker? Al Booker tuned in just to see if his boy, what's his name? The cheating one. Not Tony Weeks, the other one cheating. Richard Steele. If I'm going to put Richard Steele as one of my referees. You got to wait, Al Booker. Got a surprise for you. He just might be on there. I'll give you a hint. One of the two. Richard Steele or Tony Weeks. One of them is on there. Okay. Okay, where's my ink pen at? Okay. But salute to Al Booker in the building. My people starting to come on in here. How is everybody doing this afternoon? Glad you're rocking with me for another episode of Cast Sports, the History Channel. You know how we do it over here. After we got that good boxing talk in the hangout this morning, I try to bring a little history perspective to it, you know. And today it's going to be the referee in boxing. And then I'm going to do a brief profile on 10 referees. Now, like I said, it's not like the best 10 ever or whatever. It's just 10 good referees. And they're not in any kind of order from best to worst. It's just alphabetically. Just 10 good referees. Current and former, you know. I just thought 10 was a good number. And yeah, that's what we're doing today. And I want to look at promotional companies, sanctioning bodies again, and later in the week. I did that before, but that was when I was first starting. I was only getting like 1 or 2 people in here then, and everybody liked it back then. So I did that a couple months ago. I'm gonna do that again around Friday. I look at the sanctioning bodies. Because that WBO was a mess back in the day, man. They had a big scandal. And the Godfather was right in the middle of it, telling on people and stuff. You'll see. Very interesting. People went to jail. The former president of the WBC, he was president when they snatched him up. Him and his son went to jail. And a couple of other officials. But we're going to get into that later in the week. I don't want to give you too much. But it's very interesting. Yeah. Yeah. So we do have boxing this weekend. Nothing to write home to mom about, but it's boxing, and that's what we love, right? That's our sport. See, Tim said, oh, here we go. Tim says, Cass, he looked like the dude diving off the boat in that movie Caddyshack. Who, Kenny Bayless in the picture. Yeah, I thought that was a good one. That's Manny with his back. Manny and Floyd. Yeah, I don't know. He looked like he was mad at Manny about something. And Floyd looked like he was mad at him too. I don't know what happened. I can't remember that part of the fight. He looked like he's saying, "You do it again, I'm gonna take a point from you." He hasn't think about that, Tim. He looks like the dude diving off the boat in the movie Caddyshack. Yeah, I thought of that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, Al Booger. The four main ones. IBF, WBA, WBO, WBC. Yeah, I'm gonna do that probably Friday. It's very interesting because, like I said, the WBO was a mess, man. People went to jail, did time, and like I said, the Godfather was right in the middle of it. He started telling on people. Oh yeah, they offered me a bribe, and I had to pay them $25. Yeah. You'll see. Very interesting. But let's get ready to start talking about these referees, man. And like I said, it's not like a best ever or anything. It's just 10 good referees. And I just put them in alphabetical order. It's not like worst to best or best to worst or anything. Just 10 solid referees, current and former. Yeah, you'll see. And yeah, Al Booker, one of your boys is on it. Tony Weeks or Richard Steele, not both of them, but one of them. Yeah. Oh yeah, Tim was talking about Kenny Bayless's eyes in the picture. I would love to see what he was saying to Manny. Looked like he was mad. And then you see Floyd's face like it must have been a low blow or something. I can't remember that point. Kenny like, you do it again, I'm gonna take a point. And Floyd like, yeah. Wait till they get away from between us. Yeah, I like that picture. That's why I made it the thumbnail. I got to get with Jay so I can get my name and logo and stuff on it too. I couldn't get that app right. I'm gonna call it this afternoon. D for the win in the building. Salute D for the win. Welcome to another episode of Cast Sports, the History Channel. How's everybody's Tuesday afternoon going? Back into the work week. Got Monday out of the way. Right. Tomorrow is hump day. Pro box. Like I was just saying, you never know what. Bomac had 2 fighters on Pro Box about the last one before the holidays, the Wednesday before Christmas. There's Mike Masick. Told you I wait until 2:30 because my people coming in there. See, I know what I'm doing a little bit. I know a little bit what I'm doing. Everybody always start rolling in right around 2:25, 2:30. Don't want nobody to miss any of this good information here. We're talking about the referee in boxing today. And I got a nice little article that Mauricio wrote. I can't believe I'm saying that. I like something that Mauricio did, but yeah. The article he wrote about referees is pretty good. Yeah. Okay. What's up, Mike Masick? D for the win. How are y'all brothers doing this afternoon? Yeah, I can take that off of there now. Everybody knows to hit the like when they come on up in here. And they're looking pretty good, I must say. These are all my regulars in here. Automatically hit the like. Hangover people. Hangout people, excuse me. Said hangover people. Hangout people. Yeah, hang out people. Yeah, salute to you, Mike Mason. Good to see you again, bro. Hope your day is going along smoothly. Mine is okay. Starting to look forward to 2 o'clock. Because I'm 2 o'clock shorty. Right, Jay? Starting to look forward to it. You know? Hope y'all look forward to being here with me. Got Miss Cass, hashtag JBT in the chat. She's out there waving. Matter of fact, I can hear me from her phone out there. She's right around the corner from me. But it's all good. You know? Oh, shoot. She's not far away. We like 2 rooms apart. Okay, let's get started. The referee in boxing. Yeah, 2 p.m. shorty. What did I say? Did I say, yeah. I did say 2 p.m., I think. I was looking at my playback yesterday, yeah, and I was saying it was on Sugar Ray Leonard, and I was talking about the fighters in the 80s. I do have a mistake to correct. I was saying the official beginning of the Mexican-Puerto Rican rivalry, and I said Salvador Sanchez and Wilfredo Benitez. It was Wilfredo Gomez. And I said it twice, Wilfredo Benitez. I saw it on the playback. And Bruce Gas was in here. I don't know why he didn't correct me. I know he knew I messed up. He might have left out by then. Yeah, but it wasn't Wilfredo. It wasn't Salvador Sanchez and Wilfredo Benitez. It was Wilfredo Gomez. And a lot of historians and experts call that the official beginning of the Mexican-Puerto Rican rivalry in boxing, you know, those two. And the Mexican one at that time, Salvador Sanchez. And both of those were my number ones on my top 10 Mexicans, the top 10 Puerto Ricans. Yep, Salvador Sanchez was the top 10 Mexican. Wilfredo Gomez was the top number 1 Puerto Rican. And many historians and experts also say that if Salvador Sanchez hadn't had that got killed in the automobile accident when he did, he probably would have been the best featherweight ever. He wasn't even really into his prime yet, you know. Early 20s, yeah. 1980 something, early 80s, yeah. Unfortunate. Okay, let's go. Y'all ready? Let's do this. Okay. I got notes. Here we go. Okay, the referee in boxing. Now, the referee in boxing is the individual charged with enforcing the rules of the sport during a match. Okay. I got to have more than that. But I don't. Okay. The role of the referee is as follows. Okay. He gives the instructions to both boxers before the fight. He determines when to start or stop a count when a fighter is down. Determines when a foul is so egregious that a warning should be given or points taken away. Signals when the round is over. Yeah, okay, because some fighters hear the bell and act like they don't know what the bell means. They want to keep swinging, so the referee got to, step in there, signal when the round is over. He determines that one of the fighter's health will be endangered by more blows and thus stops the fight. Now, in the past, referees were involved in judging the fights. However, that role has been progressively replaced by a panel of judges. Now, except for domestic fights in some countries, right? Yeah, some places. I saw a fight about a couple months ago where the referee judged it. Now, I'll tell you, what does the referee wear? Okay. Normally, a white or blue Oxford shirt is worn, either long sleeve or short sleeve, as well as black slacks, black leather shoes, and a black bow tie. Okay. Latex gloves are sometimes worn for sanitary reasons. Now, for professional matches, a patch is usually worn on the left breast, bearing the signature of the organization sanctioning the fight. Okay. And the referee may also wear a patch on his left sleeve, bearing the flag of his home country. This is especially common in matches between fighters from 2 countries. Okay. So the referee will wear the patch and signal, let you know which country he's from. Okay. Now, criticisms of the referee. Now, the main criticism involves the subjective nature of boxing, okay, refereeing. Now, there are guidelines for referees. But enforcement of the rules still involves judgment. And that's where the main criticism comes in. That judgment when enforcing the rules, okay? Yeah. We need some guidelines for these judges. And judges are tomorrow, by the way. Tomorrow's show will be on judges. Now let's look at this article by Mauricio. I liked it, man. It's called Round 12, the referee in boxing, right? This is by Mauricio Suleiman, son of Jose Suleiman, former president of the WBC. And of course, Mauricio is the current president of the WBC. Yeah, Al Booger, there's a lot of Alfredos down there. I had two of them in my, might have been three, in my Puerto Rican top 10. I know I have Wilfredo Benitez and Wilfredo Gomez. I think it was another one too, back in there somewhere. Yeah. Mauricio Suleiman. You know, of course, Jose was president, I think from 75 to I think he passed away 2016. Then old Mauricio took over and still at the helm. Jose was pro-Mexican too. Well, they're Mexican, but they're a little too pro-Mexican, you know, as far as I'm concerned. You know, of course, you know, you're going to be for your country, man, but come on now. They go overboard with it. I thought Mauricio just follows in Jose's footsteps. Oh, I know what I was trying to do. I was rambling because I got a brain lock on what I was doing. I was turning this down just a touch. Is that okay right there? Back up or not? Yeah, I think that's about perfect. I just dialed the music back a little. Is that okay? Yeah. Now, okay, here we go. This is from Mauricio. I can't get my chat right. I want my comments showing, man. They're showing the different kind of instructions under the brand. Here we go. I'm using my phone today too. I'm not even paying attention to the laptop. Jay Ben told me that, but I just had a habit of looking at the laptop. But the phone is better. Okay. Now, this article is called Round 12, the referee in boxing by Mauricio Suleiman, president of the WBC. Now, all sports have officials in charge of maintaining the competition in accordance with the rules established therein. Okay, in soccer, there's a referee who is the highest authority, and he receives support from the line officials, okay? In American football, there's the main referee, and there are 5 other field referees in specific positions. In baseball, there's the umpire behind home plate, and there are 2 others positioned at first and third base. And in the playoffs, they have 2 more down the left field, right field line. You know, but in a regular game, it's just those 3. Playoffs is 5 of them, but that's baseball. Okay. Now, all sports officials are invariably subject to be in the middle of public opinion scandals, controversy of fans, and media. So true, Mauricio. So true. Boxing has the referee, okay, who is the highest authority inside the ring, and with 3 judges who are in charge of scoring round after round. And if it is necessary, the judges determine who is the winner of the fight, if it does not end by stoppage, you know, TKO, knockout, whatever. If any of those things don't happen, then it goes to the judges, right? Yeah. Now, in its beginning, the referee figure was created to ensure that fans did not intervene in the fight, right? Now we're talking about when the sport was started, when boxing was brutal and inhumane fights between two men in bare knuckles and basically without rules. Okay, bets were what brought people together to see the fight. And when there were conflicting interests, they commonly intervened and a scandal arose. Okay, now this is how the figure of the referee came about. One or several nominated people who watched the fans, so they did not intervene in the fight. Okay, so originally the referee was invented to watch the fans, not the fighters, because it was bare knuckles, right? And it was barbaric. And the fans didn't have no referee or nothing. The fans would sometimes getting in, your boy losing, the fans would jump in there and help him, right? So they got the referee, and they would have more than one to watch the fans, not the fighters in the beginning. That's how the referee was originally invented. Okay. Now things eventually changed. Some basic rules of engagement were introduced, and the need to have someone to make sure those rules were followed. Okay. The Marquis of Queensberry is credited with introducing the rule book, although it was John Graham Chambers who wrote the first rules of boxing. I know everybody heard about the Marquis of Queensberry, but John Graham Chambers wrote boxing rules before the Marquis of Queensberry. Okay. Now, the referee for many decades was the one who decided who was the winner, not the judges. Okay. And in case there was no knockout, he didn't have to write no scorecards around or anything. When the fight was over, he simply went to the corner and raised the hand or whoever he considered he considered to have been superior. Okay. So no scorecards. The fight ended. The referee just went to the corner and raised somebody's hand. Didn't have to explain nothing. I just thought he won. That's how it used to be. Okay. Simple. Too much money for some nonsense like that nowadays. I could see some referee getting killed, but it was changed from that, fortunately. Now, this practice is still enforced in some boxing cards in England. Those cards with a very low budget, and thus only the one official is hired, the referee. Okay, in England. That wouldn't work over here nowadays, no way. Now, eventually, the modality of having judges came to evaluate the actions and score for who would have won the fight. Okay. For many years, we saw two judges below the ring, and the referee still scored. Okay, originally you had two judges and the referee doing the scoring when the judges first came into fruition. Now, the World Boxing Council took that task away. Now, Bruce Gass told me this a while back. The World Boxing Council took that task away from the referee with the aim that the referee dedicate himself or herself to taking care of the physical integrity of the fighters, and thus dedicate full attention and concentration to the actions inside the ring without having to judge the bout. Yeah, Bruce Gass told me that a while back. So they took the judging duty. WBC was the first one to take the judging duties away from the referee, so he could concentrate solely on refereeing the fight. Okay, good move. The reality is that the referee has the lives of the two fighters in their hands. And that is why the referee must be absolutely focused on the actions and be ready to act in protection. Okay? You got no time to be doing no judging. No. The mechanics inside the ring have changed absolutely. Today's referee, for the most part, receive significant training and are required to pass certification, okay? There is continuous training, and officials are made accountable for their performance. But the judges aren't. They don't give interviews or nothing. That ain't in there. I just said that myself. Okay. Now, one of the most famous fights in history was when heavyweight world champion Jack Johnson fought James Jeffries, who had been world champion for several years previously and was required to come out of retirement to try to defeat Johnson, who had become the first black world heavyweight champion. Now, at a time when racism in the United States was at its highest, the expectation for the fight was huge. The promoter of the fight, Tex Rickard, we talked about him the other day, big time promoter back then. The promoter of the fight, Tex Rickard, issued an invitation to the then President of the United States, William Howard Taft, to be the referee of the fight. He didn't accept, okay. Then they made contact with Arthur Conan Doyle, the famous English writer, creator of Sherlock Holmes. He also declined to referee the fight. Finally, Tex Richard himself, the promoter, he did the job of referee, okay? And Johnson gave who was he fighting? James Jeffries. He gave Jeffries merciless beating, okay, that sent him into retirement. Now, like I said, the World Boxing Council was responsible for the implementation of the red card. Now, it's often that we find that the referee and the ring doctor of the fight do not speak the same language, right? Or that the environment is very noisy, which complicates the communication between them. So the use of the red card is a clear, visual, and practical solution, which takes away the possibility of miscommunication. Miguel Acuñas had the idea of implementing the red card so that the doctor can show it to the referee when he considers that the fight should not continue, and thus avoid any verbal misinterpretation. It was at the annual convention in South Africa when the WBC voted in favor of implementing the red card. Okay. Now, the great referee Arthur McCante took the microphone indignantly and claimed that this was an attack on the dignity of the referee and that it was unacceptable. And Jose Suleiman was the president of WBC at that time. He said to Arthur McCante, "My dear Arthur, it was precisely your last fight that convinced us to vote in favor of this new dynamic when Ricardo Lopez was savagely cut by an accidental headbutt by Rosendo Alvarez. The doctor told you it was a dangerous cut and recommended that the fight be stopped. And you let it continue." To which Arthur replied, "But Jose, I don't speak Spanish, and I didn't understand what he told me." Jose burst out laughing and said, "Thank you, Arthur. Your testimony has just ratified the decision we made." And he went to give his beloved referee a hug. And see, he just defined it, actually why they started the red card. You know, you had the referee and the doctor don't speak the same language, and the doctor might be telling the referee to stop it, and he don't understand, so he keep the fight going. But the doctor, instead of telling him to stop, he just flashed that red card at him. That's the signal to stop the fight. Ingenious idea. I just thought that was an interesting article. Yeah, by Mauricio. Now let's look at, I picked out 10 referees, okay, that It's not like a best top 10 or anything like that. It's just 10 good referees, and they just in alphabetical order. It's not like one is better than the other or a top 10 or this and that and the other. It's just 10 good referees. Put them in alphabetical order. Current, some former. Okay. Lonnie Lee, hashtag JBT in the building. What's up, Lonnie Lee? How are you today? Is Remo in here? I want to drop the link later on so he could give us a preview of tomorrow's hashtag Let's Talk Fashion. Okay. Fire yourself. A blend of fashion, sports, entertainment, and life. Hashtag Let's Talk Fashion by Remo. But salute Lonnie Lee. Hashtag JBT in the building. Everybody gonna head at hashtag JBT event. You know, we just they holding out now. But it'll be on there soon. Mike Masick, hashtag JBT. Al Booger, hashtag JBT. Yeah, it's coming. Just got off work. Yeah, I figured you did, Lost. We got Monday out the way. Getting back into it. You know, it's just a cycle. We got the week day after day, month after month, year after year. But it's all good. And we got boxing this weekend. Got a card from England. I think it's Eddie Hearn. Nobody that really big names, but it's boxing, and we got the good names coming up because when is the Fury and Usyk? Is that the 17th? We got the next, right? I think. Yeah. Heavyweight undisputed. It's the week after next. Yeah. And then March is Friday because I think that's when T.O. and Jermaine Ortiz and Keyshawn and Pedraza. Pedraza got a fire resume. I think Pedraza is a veteran. And he'll give Keyshawn some well-needed work for the youngster. But Keyshawn will probably get the decision. But a veteran fighter, a good name for Keyshawn to put on his resume early in his career. Yeah. And a good test for a young fighter. Pedraza still got something in the tank. He ain't beating none of them young stallions, but he give him some good work, which is good. Which is good for the youngster. Yeah. We're going to look at these referees and then a little bit about how do you become a referee anyway, And tomorrow's going to be judging. I'm going to drop the link in case anybody want to chop it up a little. But Cast Sports, the History Channel. Appreciate everybody riding with me today, Tuesday, early in the week. The Oval come on tonight. Anybody watch The Oval? Fire show, man. Me and my wife is crazy about it. Yeah. I watched it when it first came out, like 15 episodes in one day. What do you call that? It's a word. Bing watched it or Bling or something watched it. Let's look at these referees. Okay. First one is Kenny Bayless. Okay. Now, he's a Nevada-born American referee, right? Bayless began his career as a teacher in Las Vegas shortly after graduating from college. Now, he began his career as an amateur referee at the age of 42, thanks to the help of some friends. But it wasn't until 1991 that he had the opportunity to become a professional referee. I think Kenny just retired too. Yep. Now with his famous catchphrase, "What I say you must obey." Remember that, Kenny? What I say you must obey. He has served as the third man in thousands of fights. Now he understands when to call a halt to a fight. In general, he keeps fighters under his control while avoiding any controversy. I don't ever remember Kenny Bayless being in any kind of controversy like Al Booger's friends, Richard Steele and Tony Weeks. Never remember Kenny being in anything like that. During a fight, I'm gonna leave Al Booger alone. During a fight, Bayless always maintains a large amount of space between fighters and breaks them up with timely warnings and instructions. Okay. It was one of the reasons he was qualified to referee big fights like De La Hoya versus Mayweather, Mayweather versus Mosley, and Mayweather versus Pacquiao. That's on the thumbnail there. Okay. And Kenny was mad about something. And that's just to name a few of the big championship fights that he refereed. Last month, he announced his retirement as a referee after more than 4 decades in the ring, 32 as a professional referee, and another decade in the amateurs. Kenny Bayless. Okay. Great referee. That is nice guy. I heard his name pronounced many times, and I'm still going to butcher it. Christodoulou. Stanley Christodoulou. Stanley Christodoulou. South Africa. I think it's Stanley Christodoulou. I don't remember how they used to announce that man's name. Okay. But Stanley, y'all remember him. Okay. Kenny Bayless, good job here. Now, Al Booger says, I'll defend Richard Steele. I got nothing for Tony Weeks. Yeah, I just threw him in there. Yeah, I shouldn't have threw him on you, Al Booger. Yeah, Tony, that's unfair. Yeah. But I'm just gonna put Richard Steele on you then, Al Booger. Okay, I'm gonna drop Tony. Okay. Now Stanley Christodoulou. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know. But y'all knew who I'm talking about. Wait a minute. Bear with me for 1 second, please. Be right with you. But yeah, Al Booger, I'm just gonna give you Richard. I ain't gonna bother you about Tony no more. Okay. And one of them is in here. One of them is on my list. You know, I'll explain when I get to it. Now, this guy, Stanley, I'm talking about him. Okay. There it is. Y'all pronounce it for yourself. There he is right there. Him. Okay? That's who I'm talking about now. Now y'all pronounce it, because I can't. Okay? But he was a good referee anyway. Okay. Encouraged by boxing mentor Willie Tao, this young South African from Johannesburg refereed his first title fight in 1973, a bantamweight title fight between Romeo Anaya and Arnold Taylor. I'm going to say Stanley, okay? I call him by his first name. Stanley went on to referee numerous other title fights, becoming the first official to officiate championship fights in all 17 weight divisions, okay? He was the first official to referee fights in all 17 weight divisions, okay? I don't think many have done that. And he was only the third official to officiate over 100 title fights, okay? So he was very experienced. He's retired now. This well-known referee was the third man in the squared circle for a number of high-profile fights, including Marvelous Marvin Hagler versus the Hands of Stone, Roberto Duran, Eusebio Pedroza versus Barry McGuigan, and Alexis Arguello versus Aaron Pryor 1. 3 good fights. Okay. Stanley Christodoulou. Okay. Fire referee. Yeah. Okay, Jay Hardcore said y'all hit that like button. So y'all hit it. Not from me, that's from Jay Hardcore. Okay, Hardcore Boxing News said hit the like button. So hit it. Okay. Now next is Arthur Donovan. Arthur was born with boxing in his blood as the son of former Civil War veteran and American bare knuckles middleweight champion Mike Donovan. Okay. And Arthur followed his father into the ring. Okay. Now he ended his professional boxing career to become one of the best referees in the world. And Donovan was incorruptible. And his job at the New York Athletic Club kept him self-sufficient. He didn't need to take them bribes and stuff like Richard Steele and Tony Weeks did. Okay. Well, I know Tony Weeks. Richard, that Meldrick Taylor fight, he might have really been concerned about Meldrick's health. But Tony and that Barroso and Rowley, no, I can't forgive that. That was either cheating or incompetence. Okay. And I thought Tony was too good of a referee to make a mistake like that, man. So I think it's that other thing, cheating. Tony is an excellent referee. Rowley wasn't even hitting the man. How could you stop that, man? So that had to be cheating. I think Barroso landed a shot on Rowley, matter of fact. But it definitely shouldn't have been stopped. And there's Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more in the building. What's up, bro? Bruce Gas in the building. Salute to Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. Another Fire channel. You get a lot of history over there on Bruce Gas's channel also. Skywalker, Boxio, hashtag TWT from the winning team. Another good organization. Like the hashtag JBT. Hashtag TWT is another good organization, another good group of people, men and women. Bunch of fire channels. Salute, Skywalker. How you doing, Tim? I know you told me you used to be at work listening, but good to see you in here for a change, bro. Talking about referees today, I'm just going over some good ones. Not necessarily my best or whatever, but I picked out just 10 good, solid referees. Damn, Tim, I wrote hashtag JBT by your name. It's TWT. The winning team. Yeah. I used to be on all their channels all the time. Great group of people. The winning team. Salute Skywalker Basio and Bruce Gas. Okay. Now, where was I? I'm talking about Mike Donovan, right? His father was a bare knuckles boxer. Mike was a former boxer himself for a little while. Okay. Then he retired and became a referee. Retired from boxing and became one of the best referees in the country, as a matter of fact. He was incorruptible. He had a pretty good job at the New York Athletic Club, so he didn't need to take those bribes and stuff. Okay. His presence in so many major heavyweight title fights at the time demonstrated that he had the boxing establishment's complete trust. Okay. Due to his impeccable timing, judgment, and fleet-footed refereeing style. Great referee. Between 1933 and 1946, he officiated 20 of Joe Louis's fights, including both fights with Max Schmeling, and also 14 other heavyweight championship fights. Donovan was the first referee to be inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 1993. First referee to go in the Hall of Fame, Mike Donovan. Okay, great referee from back in the day. Did 20 of Joe Louis's fights. Both Joe Louis Max Schmeling fights. They had one of those fights in Germany, right? I'm not sure. I know the second one, Louis had the whole free world riding on his show. He got called to the White House, and the president was one of the Roosevelts. It might have been Franklin. I get them mixed up. But the president of the United States called him to the White House and told him they needed him to win that fight, the free world was depending on him to win it, right? I think we was coming up on World War II or either in it. I think it might have been just before it. And, Hitler was over there flexing his muscles and carrying on. And so the president told Joe Louis, you got to beat this German, man. Hitler was saying them Germans was unbeatable. He was already mad at Jesse Owens going over there getting them 4 gold medals in front of him, As I say, ain't no another little monkey gonna come over here and beat one of my argues. So Roosevelt told Joe Louis, you got to do it. And Joe Louis went over there and did it. Good stuff, man. Okay, next up is Harry Gibbs. What time is it? Yeah, I got to drop the link today. I haven't seen Remo in there. He might be a voyeur. We got another hashtag Let's Talk Fashion coming up tomorrow morning. BN Boxing News. What's up, bro? Another fire channel. To get on over there and subscribe. Well, most of the people in here probably is already, yeah. Salute BN Boxing. But if you're not, get on over there and subscribe to BN Boxing. And he's in the building. Haven't seen him in a few days. But I know he wasn't going to be gone. He might have been a voyeur. But salute BN Boxing News in the building. Talking about referees today, BN. I just picked out 10 good ones. Doing a little brief profile on him, that's all. We're now on Harry Gibbs. What is he, the number 3? Kenny Bayless, Arthur. Yeah, this is the 3rd one. I did 10 of them. Not necessarily in no order of best to worst, just 10 good referees, that's all. Harry Gibbs, okay? Now, come on. I got too much stuff on this desk. I need a bigger desk, Miss Cass. Christmas gone, my birthday a long ways away. Okay. Miss Cass is in the chat. That's what I was talking about. Harry Gibbs. Okay. Gibbs was a commanding presence and a no-nonsense decisive referee. Okay. He was a professional heavyweight fighter who won 5 of 6 fights before retiring and becoming a boxing coach. First. He was a coach before first he was a fighter, then he was a coach. Perfect person to be a referee, right? A fight. Just think of it, a fighter, then a coach. What better person credentials to be a referee than a former fighter and a former coach? I bet that's why he was such a good referee. Thomas Hill, hashtag JBT. He's better in the building. He just ain't said nothing for a while. Salute Thomas Hill. What's happening, G Hill? How you doing today? Glad you in here, bro. Oh, you just speaking to Bruce Gas, okay. I forgot you had been in here. I was greeting you. But what's up again, Thomas Hill? How are you? Big time supporter of the JBT. Big time supporter of everything on YouTube. That's the mayor of YouTube, Thomas Hill. But he wears that JBT behind his name, okay. He might be everywhere, but look, you see what is Thomas Hill hashtag JBT, okay. iBoxing Hub in the building. What's up, iBoxing Hub? Salute. iBoxing Hub in the building. That's my friend from UK, I think. Yeah. iBoxing Hub. Yeah, that's my friend from the UK. Haven't seen him in a while. But I knew he'd be back too. I'm fine. How are you, iBoxing Hub? Good to see you again, bro. Good to see you again. Always a pleasure. Welcome to Cash Sports, the History Channel. Talking about referees today in our sport of boxing. Sport we can't get enough of, you know. Okay, now we're talking about Harry Gibbs, okay? And he's a referee. And I was just saying he had the perfect credentials to be a referee. That's why he was such a good referee. He was like a lot of referees who were former fighters, but he was not only a former fighter, he was also a former boxing coach. So that made him that's why he was such a great referee. Okay. Now, you know, former professional heavyweight, won 5 or 6 fights, and a former boxing coach. Okay. Now, he began his career as a referee in 1957, right? Officiated his first world title fight in 1964, okay, between Emil Griffith and Brian Curtis. Now, he once interrupted a competition before it even began. What was that all about, Harry? Wow. Now, Gibbs refereed big fights all over the world during his long and distinguished career, including one of the biggest fights of the time, Wilfredo Gomez versus Carlos Zarate in 1978, the golden era. Now, Gibbs believed that a referee should be calm and self-assured, capable of handling any situation that may arise. Okay. He said, aside from honesty, aloofness is the quality a good referee requires. Okay. Well said. Aside from honesty, aloofness is the quality a good referee requires. Okay. All right, yes. Okay. Next is Mills Lane. I know everybody remember Mills. Was he the one married to Judge Judy? I know he was a judge. Yeah. Hey, Miss Katz, what Mills Lane married to Judge Judy? I know she would know. Yeah. Mills Lane, right. He was, remember, well, Judge Judy still come on. Man, I don't know. He got to be a tough man to be married to that woman because she is nasty, boy. Woo. Wee. The way she talked to some of the people in that courtroom. But yeah, that was Mills' wife. Okay. Mills Lane. Mills Lane, a former U.S. Marine. Oh, yeah, he can handle Judge Judy. He was a Marine. A former U.S. Marine. He began his career as a boxing referee in 1971 with the World Heavyweight Championship. That must have been Adrian Ali. Yeah, it had to be 71, yeah. Fight of the century. That was the first one. Right, Bruce Gass? Adrian Ali 1 was in 71. Yeah. His son is who? It's Zhang's advisor. Oh yeah, iBoxing Hub. Didn't know that. See that? See what you get out of these people in these chats, man. iBoxing Hub says Mills Lane's son is Zilly Zhang's advisor. Okay. Thank you for that information. iBoxing Hub. Appreciate that. Wow. Excuse me for a minute. I gotta turn this heat off. Yeah, that's what American Judge Judy right now, little short man. I thought so. I'm back. Yeah, Miss Cass just confirmed Mills Lane is married to Judge Judy, and his son is Billy Zane's advisor. His name is Terry Lane. Okay, Terry Lane. Okay, yeah, that's another fire channel, by the way. iBoxing Hub, yes. Yeah, I seen the thing they did after the Day of Reckoning. Fire, man. He had some of the big name guys from the UK over there on that channel, man. And I was riveted listening to the boxing talk, man. Yes. So check him out. Get a chance. iBoxing Hub. He said we had Terry Lane, Mills Lane's son, on their channel the other day. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and check that out, iBoxing Hub. I don't get notifications and stuff. You know? You can come in my chat and tell me stuff like that, iBoxing Hub, before it happens. I would have loved to see that. So put us down in the future, iBoxing Hub, please. Appreciate it. When you have those fire things like that, man, I would have loved to see that. But I'm gonna go back and check it out. Yeah. Okay, Mills Lane. Let's get into Mills very quick. Okay. Is Remo in here? Remo, you in here? Oh, yes, he is in here. See his name? Salute, Remo. I don't see his name in the chat, but there he is. Yeah, I'm gonna put the link down before I go so Remo can tell it. Put us down with the hashtag Let's Talk Fashion for tomorrow. Okay. He dropping what is the 4th episode? So let me finish this up. I should finish about 3:30ish, something like that. 3:30ish. Okay. Al Booker says, Cass, you got to go to the channel and look for the bell icon. Okay. You can customize notifications for that channel. Okay, I will, Al Booker. Appreciate it. Okay. Appreciate it. Yeah. But yeah, iBox Hell, you can still come in and, ahead of time and let us know about that kind of stuff on. And, here, the Hangout, Rise Podcast, Just Do, any of these channels. You can even come in here on Wednesday. Well, put it in the comments on hashtag Let's Talk Back. Just let us know when you're doing those big things, bro. Appreciate it. But Mills Lane, former U.S. Marine, began his career as a boxing referee in 1971 with the World Heavyweight Championship. I think he did do Ali Frazier one. Is Bruce Gass still in here? If you are Bruce Gass, did Mills Lane do Ali Frazier one? I'm not sure. I was about 11 years old then. Okay. Now, it was also a watershed moment in his career. With his well-known phrase, "Let's get it on," he officiated hundreds of great matches. There were more than 100 title fights between him and his retirement in 1998. Wow. 100 title fights, that's a lot. Okay. Lane knows how to control the fighter perfectly because he used to be a boxer, right? Mm-hmm. Mills Lane learned the ropes as a competitor long before he competed in some of boxing's biggest fights. He got a great deal in the welterweight class to develop his own style and won the All Far East Marine Corps Championship. Okay. Arthur Mercante. Now, Booker, you must have read my mind, man. He's next. Oh, Arthur Mercante did that? Okay, thank you, Al Booker. Arthur Mercante. Okay. Yeah, I can see his face. Yeah, Arthur Mercante. Okay. Arthur Mercante did the fight of the century. And guess who's next, Al Booker? Arthur Mercante. Now, Arthur Mercante was an amateur boxer and Golden Gloves finalist before becoming a professional referee. And he rose to prominence in the 1950s. Here it is right here, Al Booker. You must have be looking. Let's see my notes or something. Mercante had appeared as the third man in a number of well-known boxing matches during his career. One of them is the 1971 fight between Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, known as the fight of the century. Okay. Another example is the fight between George Foreman and Joe Frazier. Alternatively, we should not overlook Alexis Arguello and Alfredo Escalera's fight. Since 1940, he has presided over the 140 championship fights. Okay, 1940. He's presided over 140 championship fights. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, Steve Smoger is next. Everybody smashing a like. 16. Can I get 20? Let me see. Bear with me for a second. Yeah. Somebody didn't hit it. But it's all good. Steve Smoger. No, it ain't all good. Hit the like button. Steve Smoger. Now, Smoger is a great technical referee, but he's probably best known for his impeccable sense of timing, as he never seems to stop a fight too early or too late. He also tends to intervene in the action less than almost any other referee. Interestingly, while Smoger appears to be all over the East Coast with fights, big and small, refereeing is just a fun side job for him. His main job is an Atlantic City municipal judge. And he's also a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force. Wow. I was in the Air Force too. I wasn't a lieutenant colonel though. I made it to sergeant. Yeah. Lieutenant colonel in the Air Force. Amir Khan, Paulie Malignaggi, Powell Lattimore, Campillo Garay, and Pavlik Taylor won are some notable fights that he refereed. Okay, Al Booger, wait for it. Next is Richard Steele. Yeah, Richard made. I gave him a pass on that Meldrick Taylor, who's old Cesar Chavez. But I couldn't give Tony a pass. Tony just cheated, man. Tony is one of the best referees out there. He did not make no mistake like that, man. If he made a mistake, if that was a mistake, then he's incompetent. Or he cheated. Either way, he ain't on him. Gregory Pratt, what's up, GP? Gregory Pratt, hashtag JBT in the building. What's up, Gregory Pratt? Salute, my brother. Gregory Pratt, hashtag JBT, aka GP in the building. Another strong supporter of this JBT movement we got going on here. The people, these are the people that keep this JBT movement going. Not us up here running our mouth. It's these people in here supporting us, are the backbone of this thing. And we appreciate you. We appreciate you. Okay? Al Booger says, Cass, you got to tell some Air Force stories one day. Yeah, I will. I got some good ones too. Like the night I drank 18 Heinekens. Yeah. Straight. Yeah, I was in Italy and they sold them in 3-packs, right? So, you know, I'm thinking like in the United States, you get a 6-pack. So I got 6 3-packs and drank all of them. Great one night. Man, I was tore up. They was out there banging on my door and stuff. I couldn't even get up and open it. Yeah, but I got some Al Booger. But salute to Gregory Pratt in the building. Okay, now where were we? Richard Steele. Yeah. Richard Steele. Okay, Richard Steele is a retired boxing referee from the United States. He was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame, matter of fact. He was a former member of the United States Marine Corps, okay? He was in the Marine Corps with former heavyweight champion Ken Norton, okay? They served together in the Marine. Wow, learn something new every day, man. Al Booger says, hell with Tony. He might be getting old or something. You see, I let Richard in, Al Booger. I let Richard in. And he served in the Marine Corps with Ken Norton. Wow. Okay. Now, he began his boxing career as an amateur while serving in the Marine Corps, right? Compiling a record of 12 wins and 3 losses before turning professional. Okay. He was all Marine Corps in 1963-64. And he competed in the 1964 Olympic trials. That's the one where I think, Joe Frazier won the gold medal in that. Okay. And that was before he went into the Marine Corps, okay? Oh, he went into the Marine Corps Boxing Hall of Fame in 2017. Now, He began refereeing fights in the 1970s and continued until 2007. Oh. Refereed 147 world title fights around the world. He was occasionally involved in contentious decisions. Yeah, well, at least they admitted it. Like Meldrick Taylor, Julio Cesar Chavez won. Okay. He is, however, one of the most famous referees of all time. No doubt. No doubt. He is. All right. Thomas Taylor. I had to put him on there. I like Thomas Taylor. Good referee. One of the best current referees out there. Thomas Taylor. Okay. He's the one that did, I don't know, he did Benavidez Andrade, matter of fact. Yes. He did, who else? He did Ugas and Barroso. Barrios. And he also did Navarrete Conceição. Okay, I can remember them three. Yeah. He did those three fights. Thomas Taylor, okay. 322, okay, got time. Thomas Taylor, he's a professional boxing referee, active since 2010, okay. Now, he's originally from Wisconsin, but he now resides in Newport Beach, California, okay. He is regarded by many as one of the best currently active boxing referees. Yeah, I agree with that. He has appeared in many televised boxing events, including ESPN Friday Night Fights from 2011 to 2012, Golden Boy Boxing 2012, HBO Boxing 2016, HBO Boxing After Dark 2017, Golden Boy on ESPN 2018, The Zone Boxing 2018, The Big Fight Live 2019, okay, Top Rank Boxing on ESPN 2018 to 2020, and Premier Boxing Champion 2017 to 2021. So he has also appeared as a boxing referee on an episode of NBC's Quantum Leap in 2022. So it's obvious he's well regarded as a referee by all the big promotional companies and the 4 major sanctioning bodies. Now, notable fights, I just told y'all, notable fights he's officiated in the past in the last few years include Yordenis Ugas versus Mario Barrios, Emmanuel Navarrete versus Walter Conceição, and David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade. Boo Boo. Okay. David Benavidez versus Boo Boo. Okay. Man named Boo Boo. But yeah, Taylor does a great job. I agree, Al Booker. That's why I had to put him on here. You know, I had to pick somebody that's currently still refereeing. I thought Thomas Taylor. I was going to pick Robert Byrd. I think he retired. His wife is that sorry referee, Adelaide. What's her name? Adelaide Bird. Is her last name Bird? No, her first name is Adelaide. You know, the woman referee. She's horrible, man. That's his wife. That judge. No, she's a judge. She's a judge. She's horrible, man. Yeah, she is absolutely horrible. Always giving bad decisions. And last but not least is Mickey Vann. Okay, old school referee. Mickey Vann. Okay, now he's a former British boxing referee and boxer. Okay, he was a Class A star boxing referee and judge. On January 14th, 1985, he arbitrated his first professional bout, and he has since refereed numerous world, regional, and national title fights. Okay, he was a professional boxer before becoming a referee. As a featherweight, he fought 11 times. He won 2 and lost 9. Wow, yeah, short career, 2 and 9. His first fight was on April 24th, 1969, and his last fight was on November 11th, 1970. He fought 4 years, but he fought 11 times in that 1 year. Wow. Record of 2 and 9. Okay. Mickey Vann was forced to retire from refereeing due to a British Boxing Board of Control, BBC, regulation that states Referees over the age of 65 are no longer permitted to referee. However, he continued to referee international fights and is frequently used as a judge by major world boxing organizations. Okay, Mickey Van, not Mickey Ward, the fighter. Okay, real quick, I want to say this. Oh, how to become a boxing judge? Okay, just how do you become a boxing judge? Hmm, How do you do it? Tomorrow will be judges. Okay, we're going to talk about boxing judges. How they come up with their scores, the criteria they use. The 10-point must system, all that stuff, man. We're gonna go over all that tomorrow. Okay, this is Cast Sports, the History Channel. And then one day this week, I think Friday, we're gonna look at the sanctioning bodies. History of the sanctioning bodies. And like I was saying, wait till you see it. That WBO was a mess. Bob Father was right in the middle of the mess. And he testified against me. People went to jail. The Bob Father said, not me. What y'all want to know? I can't go to jail. And shoot, this was like 90, so he was like in his 60s then, because he's damn near 100 now. Right? Yeah. The Bob Father. Still going strong. Where's AB at? I seen something somewhere. Somebody was saying AB and Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran would whitewash AB. I don't care what stage of his career you're talking about. He couldn't never mess with no Roberto Duran. Even at his best. No way. Roberto Duran would starch AB, man. Yeah, I saw that somewhere. I can't remember where. The dream, you know how to do the dream fight scenario? Somebody had AB against Roberto Duran. What do you think about that, Thomas Hill? AB and Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran would kill AB, man. Probably stop him. Yeah. He would probably stop him. Yep. I got Roberto Duran stopping AB. How did you become a boxing referee? Because boxing referees are required for all boxing matches, right? They ensure the rules are followed. Okay. I think KQKC said he is a referee. He passed the test, got his license or something. Yeah. Now, come on, man. Don't play with me. Now, in order to become a professional boxing referee, you'll first need to register with your local boxing board, okay? And in the beginning, it's probably best to become a voluntary referee and work your way up. Man. Okay. Oh, Lord. Bear with me, please. But, join your local boxing board. Become a volunteer and work your way up. Okay? Now, let's do this together. I'm just going on to drop the link. We got to know about the Let's Talk Fashion tomorrow. Hashtag Let's Talk Fashion. Yeah. Join your local boxing board. Okay. Best to start as a voluntary referee. Work your way up. Okay. Now, you also need to train hard. Boxing referees require a high level of fitness. Okay. Need to be able to stay on your feet all day. All day. Yeah. Because you might be doing different matches. When you're on those cards, referees don't just do that one fight. You see them do this fight, then somebody else called to the next fight. You might see the same referee again. Referee might do 2 or 3 fights on their card, right? So you need to be in good shape, right? Good physical shape, as well as strong enough to separate boxes when necessary. Okay? Of course, you should have an interest in the sport itself. Learn the rules. And watch some matches, before becoming a referee. Okay? Knowledge of the rules is essential. Boxing referees need to be able to interpret the rules and apply them, of course, accordingly, right? No, it's also important to know all the aspects of the sport, such as how it works and what happens in different situations. Now, it's not easy to become a boxing referee, but it's definitely possible, okay? Now, if you possess all the necessary skills and qualities, there's no reason why you can't do it. Let me drop this link in here. Remo, if you're out, you can come up and give us a preview for tomorrow. Thomas Hill, anybody. Okay. Come on down or up. How's everybody's day going? I hope this couple hours with me make it just a little bit better. Y'all definitely make mine better every day. Interacting with my peoples. Starting to look forward to this. I'm 2 o'clock shorty. Okay. Thanks to Jay Hardcore. Gave me that name. I like it. 2 o'clock shorty, y'all. That's me. And remember, tomorrow we're going to talk about judging in our sport. That's right, it's our sport. We the ones the cats are the ones that really running the stuff, if you want to know the truth. Because like Jay was saying this morning, there's way more casuals than hardcores. Way more. But it's all good. Okay. Make sure everything's right. Okay, we have a half hour, my peoples. Anybody want to chop it up? Let's chop it up. Anybody want to chop it down? Let's chop it down. But there's the link. And there's William Old School of Rant in the building. What's up, William Old School of Rant? What's going on, bro? But you off today, Old School? Okay. Thomas Hill. All right. I can always count on Thomas Hill to come up here and help me out. What's up, T Hill?
Well, you kind of summoned me up here. You called my name out. When Cash calls somebody's name, you gotta respond to the call. Yeah. I just had to respond to the call.
Okay.
You my guy, Cash, no matter what. So I can come up here and talk with you, chat with you. I was trying to get Will I Am to pop up in here, especially since he don't have to go back out there and face them elements. Yeah,
I just noticed him in there. I didn't even know he was in the chat. So he must be off for the day.
And we got Al Booger. Al Booger, we would love to get Al Booger to come up.
He came up like a couple weeks or so ago. I wanted Remo to come tell us, just give us a quick preview on what's going on tomorrow on hashtag Let's Talk Fashion. There's Just Do Boxing, the voice in the building.
That brother, I would ask that brother Just Do to click the link, but yeah, Just Do barely click up links.
Yeah,
he said
his Remo right
here.
Then he got to get
ready with a lot of stuff at the house.
Yeah. What's up, Remo?
Pop up on your ass like Candyman.
Man.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere. So what's going on tomorrow, man? On the Let's Talk Fashion hashtag Let's Talk Fashion. I can't forget that.
We got a good one. set up. Basically, This one is geared at the way that high-end fashion is trying to shape the culture throughout sports, music, and entertainment as a whole. And
They're trying to target audience.
is it are we allowing ourselves to be cultured by high-end fashion itself? And I'm also introducing the new segment of the show where it's called Fashion or Clashing, where I take votes and people's ideas that I've been using on my Instagram, and I highlight a couple looks on the show. So it's kind of like a crowd engagement, I'll give you a chance to look at the looks, and I'll just explain a little bit of the look, and I give my take on it, and then I either vote that it's clashing or it's fashionable. So
Fashion or fashion. Okay, that sounds good then.
and then being that it's going to be premiering, it's going to be live, so everybody can interact at the same time. Like, oh, this shit is trash, or I like this one, or
Yeah.
keep the conversation going. Something fun, but it's getting better. I'm getting more familiar with talking to myself, and I got some better audio equipment now, and just getting the little nooks and crannies out first, and then finding my footing. But it's fun.
What's this? The fourth week, right? The fourth one, right? I think. Fourth?
Yeah, this EP 4, baby.
Right. Okay. There's Ant. What's up, Ant?
The ubiquitous.
What's going on, gentlemen?
What's up, Chief?
Not too much. Another day in the JBT. That's all. What's up with you today?
Oh, not much. I was over here folding up some clothes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yo, Ant was folding up some arguments too, boy. He was doing more than just folding up clothes. That boy was breaking down a whole lot of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, but that Let's Talk Fashion sounds good for tomorrow, Remo. Looking forward to it.
It does sound good.
I'm just trying to get a little, a little pencil hole in the network. Y'all did a lot today.
I gotta send you this article too, Remo. This article I seen a minute ago. They had one. It was about boxers and fashion in GQ, and they had a couple of guys on there. They had my guy, Marvelous Marvin Hagler. It was like 10 fighters on there.
It was 2?
10.
You know.
It was a GQ article.
Sergio Martinez used to get clean, boy. When it was a fight.
The Hitman did too, Hearns. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well the Hitman definitely did.
He used to wear tuxedos. He'd be
I want to check some of that out.
With tuxedos on at the Pistons games. Yeah, him and his boy would have on tuxedos and stuff.
I ain't gonna put Oscar on that damn list for his. I ain't rocking with him and his pantyhose and shit.
Who?
Oscar.
Hey, that's a fashion or clashing. That's a fashion or clashing, baby.
That's a no, not making it to the show.
Oscar ain't gonna make it.
Hell no.
Oh man, that's his fashion. The pantyhose.
I'll tell y'all one thing. Y'all was on fire today. You got a special EP from Just this morning. You got another one from Hardcore. Y'all on fire today.
Just was on this morning?
Yeah, it just came on in response to the tweet that Shakur.
What time? After the hangout?
Yeah, he did an hour.
Oh man, I didn't even know.
And then Jay hit him with another hour.
What?
Then Jay came on. Yeah, Jay came on and interviewed Coach Calvin.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The block was hot today, man.
It was really hot.
I was going over my referees and stuff around that time, though. So yeah.
Doing your research. I get it. Because I'll be having to do homework now. Y'all got me feeling like I'm in college again.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to talk about judges tomorrow. Yeah.
It's ironic that you did the referee episode today because I was actually looking at referees too.
Oh yeah.
Oddly enough, yeah, man. People like Ruby Goldstein and stuff.
Yeah, I know it was
Because
tough.
if you look on what the hell is that? BoxRec. So I got my fight log that
Yeah.
I keep. Like every time I watch an old school fight, I keep it.
Yeah.
And I go on BoxRec and get all of the information. They actually have the referees on there.
Yeah, that's where I got
They got the refs, they got the judges, all that stuff.
That's where I was telling some of the big fights they did. I actually got it from BoxRec. They got lists of all the fights they did and everything, man. Yeah. Yeah. I thought Mills Lane did the fight. I got that mixed up. It was Arthur Mercante. Yeah, Al Booger corrected me on that. I could almost see Mills Lane in the ring then. But it wasn't him.
Yeah, that's crazy with Mills Lane. He was so dope that he was like culturally like an icon. Because remember he was on those celebrity death matches.
Celebrity death match on MTV.
Yeah.
Let's get it on.
Yeah, he was
that was his saying. Let's get it on. Yep.
Exactly. He was in
I'm
commercials
firm
for
but
that
fair.
That was fire.
He's married to Judge Judy.
Oh, that crazy.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
He
died. Was the judge too.
Did he pass away?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I know he was a judge for sure.
Yeah, he had his show. Yeah. I don't think he passed away. I'm gonna check real quick because I'm not sure.
Oh man, he used to say, "I'm firm but fair." I love me some.
Died, man. I knew he died. He died in 2000.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, it was in recent years. 22? He did.
December 6th.
22.
Yeah.
Oh, so not that long. Okay.
But he lived a full life. He died at 85, man.
Oh yeah. I knew it had to be kind of.
And did it all, man.
Yes, he did.
I
think he was even a boxer at one point. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The guy is small. He's a small guy.
That one guy was a boxer and a boxing coach, so he made a pretty good referee. Forgot which one that was. Not Arthur Donovan. I think it was not Thomas Taylor. Thomas Taylor is still current. I like Thomas Taylor. I had to throw him in there. He's one of the best active ones, I think.
With Thomas Taylor, he gave Barrios a chance against Tank. You know, he didn't like shut it down right away, and you know, and then he kind of like he saved him from himself. Like, yo, you gave a good one. He gave him a nice hug at the end. It was like, man, you gave a good fight. But I'm gonna say,
Thomas Taylor is legit. He's really legit. I like him. I like the way he officiates.
He did Boo Boo and Benavidez too. Remember, he came over there and told Boo Boo's corner, if I see one more like that, I'm stopping it.
Look like a wrestler. He got a big.
But you want to know what influence? Yeah, he do though. He really do. That dude be in that gym. Yo, what really influenced his conversation in that moment was the fact that Boo Boo kept spitting that mouthpiece out. Like that's a clear indicator that you don't really want to be in that ring.
Right. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Facts.
You blame him? He was getting the dog shit.
Or that you trying to wrestle him, you trying to stall and get your bearings together.
Yeah, that's facts. That is true.
Hold on, son. Hold on.
Being there either.
Let me get a breather out here.
Shit, the way he was getting slapped around, I don't want to be in there.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things that went wrong for him in that first off, trying to come in so huge, man. You know, you're not used to navigating at that size. Why would you?
I don't think he really had a choice though.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. He kind of had to.
He been on the shelf. He didn't really have a contract with them. He was crying that he wanted a big shot. That was the only opportunity. I think he had to take what was given him at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, what Thomas is talking about is coming in at 190 pounds.
That part.
Fight, because you didn't have to come in at 190 pounds.
Yeah, that was big.
You're not gonna compete with somebody who has been at that weight, coming in at a weight that you're normally not even navigating. You're moving up anyway. Like that was pretty risky. I mean, I understand that he wanted to try to body him,
right?
But man, that's a naturally bigger dude.
To be honest with you, if you look at it in another way, he could have been putting on that weight and all that extra liquid to give himself some attrition to take some of them hits. Because if he came in there dehydrated and underweight and got beat up like that, that brain might have not been able to take none of that.
Oh, well, wait a minute.
But I don't think he would have been dehydrated, because we also got to consider that he started his career at 154, fought at 160. This was only his second fight at 168. So him going down to 168 is a lot different than another guy who's like far bigger than he is cutting down to 168.
Yes.
So even if he rehydrated, you know, anywhere between 7 to 10 pounds, I think he still would have been good.
He fought DeMar.
Yeah, you're right.
He fought DeMar Nicholson at 168. That was his second fight at 168 against Benavidez.
Okay.
But the thing is this also too, it's like, it's funny like that.
Yeah.
You would assume that it would behoove these guys to put on the weight and all that stuff, but you look at some of these fights at heavyweight, and the guy who's smaller, he's able to acquit himself a little bit better, oftentimes.
Yeah, his name is Judge Jerry Shanlin. Right. That's not Mills Lane. He is a judge though, old school. Okay, go ahead.
Like
yeah, that's not.
Look at what's this guy's name? Deontay Wilder. His best fight against Tyson Fury, that's when he was at his lowest. He came in, he was like 212. He was trim 212. When he tried to put that 30 pounds on in the second fight, he looked horrible. It's just like that sometimes. You got to just take what advantage you have, and like Thomas said, functionality, maneuverability, and then just also like speed and agility.
Especially for what you're about to get in that ring with.
You're going to deprive yourself of those advantages by putting on too much weight. So it's like, if you're already going to be at a disadvantage, you might as well keep the advantages that you do have.
That's a fact. That's eloquently stated right there. That's exactly what I was getting towards with it. I mean, I don't think he gave himself much of a chance to succeed by coming in there at 190. It was not going to end well for him. And to be fair, I mean, hell, it probably more likely wasn't going to end well for him in any regard.
True.
But you definitely want to give your best. You want to give your best performance, and you want to make sure you're at, like they say, homeostasis, where you know you're definitely at your center ground. And okay, they're gonna have to beat me at my best.
Facts. And then we also got to take into account the effect that conditioning has on recuperative powers. Like, we seen Floyd Mayweather get hit with some hellacious shots that would have sparked most other guys. Like when he got hit by Shane Mosley, that right hand, yeah, most guys would have been asleep off that punch.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, Floyd was almost asleep off that punch, but he was in such great shape that he was able to recover. Sean Porter against Errol Spence, when he got hit with that left hook in the 11th round, that shit would have knocked most guys out. That would have knocked the elephant out, bro.
His eyes went back in his head.
His eyes went crossed and everything. He was drooling for it.
Sure did.
And she shook it off, and then he was fighting like he just never got dropped, man. So, you know, you want to be at your best sometimes. And I think that, now, of course, we think about physics, and we think about size, and we think about mass, and the effect that that's going to have. You would think, okay, to deal with a bigger guy, I need to be bigger. But like you were alluding to, Thomas, homeostasis, man, being at a comfortable place, being well conditioned, that sometimes goes a lot further than just simply putting on size.
You know, only person I've ever seen effectively pack on weight and still be great was freaking Andrew Toney. I'm tripping. Why did I say Andrew Toney? James Toney. I'm tripping. Right. Yeah, James Toney. Yeah. I'm thinking of two different things at the same time. And you know, yeah, I'm tripping. But I liked how Holyfield, being so much smaller than every heavyweight that he fought, he stayed within his comfort zone. What was best for him, that's what I'm going in there, and whatever I got. If it ain't good enough, it ain't good enough. But I'm definitely gonna give him the best of me.
Big fact. We see the The old timers, man, like Floyd Patterson, this dude used to come to the ring at 185 fighting heavyweight. Rocky Marciano was another one. Like, them guys didn't really put on too much like that. Like, them guys, you could even argue that they could have cut more weight and fought at 175.
True.
That's how in shape them guys were, fighting at heavyweight. You know, so there's something to be said for that, man, to just, you know, just being well conditioned and having great general fitness. And the part that plays on functionality and performance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it goes a long way.
Yes, it does.
I think the heavyweights of this time and era piss me off. We might as well call it the sloppy weight division.
Yeah, them dudes ain't coming in shape like they used to be, man. You look at old photos of Ken Norton, man. Ken Norton, you look at Ken Norton, look at his physique. Look at Ron Lyle. Look at his physique. Ernie Shavers, all them guys, man. Them guys were in shape.
Yeah.
Them guys were in shape.
I don't even think it's a matter of just the shape. Like to the casual fan, like those guys back in the day looked like action figures, looked like superheroes, all worldly. That's why they carried it like that. Like me just looking out, like, oh damn, that dude, what he do? Oh, that's the heavyweight champion of the world. He gave that look. But man, them dudes now they coming in looking like Bam Bam Bigelow and shit. I don't want to see that.
Looking like wrestlers, yeah.
It looked crazy to me.
He said, Bam Bam Bigelow.
There's no way in
hell.
hell.
Most of these guys ain't in shape like that, man.
But
they're not in shape like that.
The focus of the sport ain't there neither, because Andy Ruiz had the biggest chance, the opportunity in his life. He won the belt, and then you came in fatter and less out of shape. Come on now. What we doing?
No, that's a fact, Remo. That is absolutely a fact. That discipline was just out the door. It just became about who can have the most mass, who can pack the most mass.
Like he was just satisfied I had him. Well, you can have him back now.
But
I think most of these guys, the way they look at it is like this, though, Thomas. They figuring like you see where other divisions, right, where there's a limit. Like at welterweight, you can't go past 147.
Yeah,
that's right. Good point.
Middleweight, you can't go past 160. At heavyweight, it's about meeting the minimum for these guys. It's like, as long as I'm above the minimum, conditioning and all that other shit don't even really matter for real. Like, that's out the window. We got to come in however we come in.
Hey, and to your point, Ant, remember on the I believe it was on the Terrence Crawford Avanesian fight. Wasn't it a heavyweight fight on that card where one dude just looked like he was totally out of shape, but that boy had skill like it was nobody business, and he was putting together punches out there.
I think
that's a good point. Old school made there too. That's a good point. Old school made.
What you was talking about? Coach Kenny was talking about that guy you talking about.
Yeah, exactly, Remo, that guy. Yeah, it looked like he was gonna get his tail whooped, but that dude was up in there piecing stuff up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He was in some shape though.
They fought so much back in the day, they didn't have time to get out of shape. You know.
It's not good for the health aspect to just be fighting so damn often. But it's like, I just think taking a pride in that you're a professional, not a bar fighter, should mean something. Carry it a certain way as a professional.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
That's the other part of it too. Right? Like, and to piggyback off of that, because I think that's a fantastic point, Remo. Like, being a professional goes beyond just collecting a check for your labor, and that's kind of like how guys see it now.
Did somebody come up?
Yeah, being a professional goes beyond just collecting a check for your labor, and for the product that you put out there. It's also, like you said the perfect words, bro. How you carry it, There's a such thing as being the consummate professional. When you look at the guy who does everything that he's supposed to do, but he also goes above and beyond to make sure that it gets done, and he represents and carries himself well. And right now, that's not the case, man. These guys are just like, yo, show me the money. As long as I'm getting paid, I'm a pro. That's it.
See, that's it, and that's the difference right there. And if you compare it to other sports, that's the difference between a professional, and a max player. Somebody who's getting the minimum, league minimum, and you can still do it your own way. Because, like I say all the time, Allen Iverson ain't Steph Curry. Steph Curry ain't LeBron, but they always different max players in their own lane, and they had their own following. But on the court, they showed their best, and then off the court, they carried it as pros in whatever way that they could.
That's true.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that definitely is a great take. I wanted to ask you guys, especially going on the theme of today's show, Kaz, knockdowns, I should say, knockdowns, because I think more knockdowns happen than knockouts.
Yeah.
Should coaches effectively try to assimilate training for knockdowns? Because I feel like a lot of fighters take themselves out of a fight not responding correctly to a knockdown and get muscle memory to kick in because you're a little disoriented.
That's a good question.
I don't think you could ever 100% simulate that effect of being hit. Like I say, for instance, right? I played ball where I got hit in the head, and I knew I might have had a concussion. Though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you're so disoriented, it takes a lot for you to gather your thoughts just alone. Forget, like, if I'm actually hurt, can I stay within the lines? Is the ball still coming? Like, it's a lot that goes into it. I don't know if you could simulate it, but if you could maybe like a reduced oxygen mask where you have to, rely on senses maybe, but like when you get hit to a point where like somebody's still coming at you and you can't function, I don't know if you can simulate that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get hit, your legs could go gummy.
Right.
What else you could be dizzy, you could be shortness of
things
breath.
Can happen, right.
Yeah, you get hit in the stomach, you shortness of breath, you can't really breathe all the way. I don't know how you would simulate it.
That is a good question, Thomas. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, that's extremely difficult because, like Remo said, man, it's so volatile, man. Like you really don't know how you're gonna react to you in the moment, and like you pointed out, there's so many variables that come with being hurt. So many different ways you can be hurt. Like we criticize guys like, oh, this guy got his orbital bone broken, he gave up, but little do you know he's seeing two people right now.
Yeah,
that's
very hard to. It was hard enough to deal with one guy with two hands.
Right.
Now you got to deal with double vision, and you seeing two guys with four hands.
Yeah, it's not just the
equilibrium is off, your balance is off. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just a lot to deal with. It's like, I really don't know how you would simulate it. But I guess what you could do maybe is similar to like what a fire drill is. Like, all right, we're not gonna burn the house down to simulate what a fire would be like, but in the event that a fire did break out, this is the escape route. This is how we handle it.
That's what I was thinking, man. I was thinking down those lines.
And try to, I don't know, maybe try to keep the fighter as calm as possible. That's another reason why you gotta have the appropriate corner, and also to be able to keep the person calm through the situation and not be too or not even that. Knowing what your fighter needs too, because you might need somebody that needs a little bit of rah-rah. Yo, get the fuck up, man. Get your... And you might need somebody else where you keep them calm so that they don't panic. You know what I mean? I guess you gotta know your fighter.
None of that shit ever works. Even so take it for instance, right? Even when you play like basketball, right? They'll tell you in training to run and shoot free throws while you're tired, right?
Right.
Or run a couple laps and then go to the free throw line right away, right? But in a real game, everybody has to line up first. Then you got people screaming at you. You don't know the time frame of the game. It's tied up. This one is to win. Your anxiety kicks in. Your heart rate increases. You could breathe to yourself, but you're talking to yourself at the same time. Like, yo, if I miss, is it my fault? There's so many different variables. Right. Did I just get slapped across my head where I got to get my bearings and then come to the line? And then even if you do simulate something, your teammate or your coach is never going to hit you as hard as opposing team is going to hit you. So it's like, it's so much like football. You couldn't do the same thing. Nobody plays at game speed until you actually end the game.
That's right.
It's tough, man.
Yeah, it is very tough. You're right. There's so many variables that are taking place. And like you said, there's so many ways to be affected by a knockdown.
Yeah.
Certain things could be at play and certain things may not. So it'd be interesting how they could recreate that or simulate that, maybe put them in some type of room or something that makes you feel like your legs is weak or you know what, your head is spinning and things like that. And then in that moment,
Yeah, that is interesting.
it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, it's real tough. But I noticed that a lot of people don't respond well to being knocked down, and a lot of times it ends up costing them more severely than if they just would have took the actual time necessary to get the count, get up at a certain time. Like I think you should start getting up at about 7 for sure, and
Yeah,
then like
definitely. I say
what you do.
Embarrassment happens too, though, in a lot of cases, because like certain people be wanting to get it back so fast when they could just
That's right.
get
they
back.
forget it's a 12-round fight. Like
Yeah,
forget,
take your
you know?
time. Yeah, well, fellas,
That's what makes it.
go ahead and
Oh, I'm
finish your
sorry.
thought. Go
I
ahead,
was gonna
Steve.
say that's what makes what Ant chronicled so special about what happened with Floyd. Floyd, by all intents and purposes, should have been finished in that fight.
Yes.
But what he did was freaking amazing. It was amazing, and had the wherewithal to hold like he did. I mean, that man couldn't shake himself from him.
And Porter too. Remember, he got caught.
Porter as well.
I just remember his eyes.
And Kodo.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, fellas, we got to get out of here again.
Good cook as always.
Yeah.
Y'all be safe out here.
And then see you on the hashtag Let's Talk Fashion in the morning. Okay, time for Just Do Boxing. Just Do Boxing, Ant McQueen, William Old School, Gregory Pratt, Remo, iBoxing Hub, BN Boxing News, Skywalker, Bruce Gass, Lonnie Lee, Mike Mason, D for the Win, Al Booger, Jay Hardcore, Thomas Hill, and Tim Layton. And a special thank you, as always, to Thomas Hill, Ant McQueen, and Remo for always coming help keep the show flowing along. This is Cast Sports. Appreciate everybody keeping on rocking with my growing channel, Cast Sports, the History Channel. I'm out of here. Everybody have a good day.